Hello guys, I'm back, and this time I'm going to review Amityville Horror, the remake. And yeah, if you're let's say if you love the original and don't like this one, you're probably gonna hate me because I thought this was better than the original. I'm sorry, right off the bat, I thought the original was boring. Okay. Only one good scene in the movie, and everything else forgettable for me. But I thought this was an improvement. I thought they did a good job, for the most part, with it. I like the cast. I usually don't like Ryan Reynolds when he does comedies, but I thought he did a decent job, decent enough. I like the actress who played his wife, Melissa George. She did a good job. I like the kids. They did a good job, especially Chloe Moretz, who this was pretty much her first movie, and she did a really good job, especially the scene where she's on top of the roof. She's on the roof, playing with the ghost, and they try to go get her, and she really was on the roof. A really dangerous stunt, but it was a really well executed scene, in my opinion. So pretty much, it's pretty much the same story. These two characters, they want a better life for themselves, so they buy this house, and they find out that it's a murder house. A family was brutally killed a long time ago, and not in a galaxy far, far away, by the way. But anyway, yeah, they buy the house, and then weird things start happening. Ryan Reynolds, he starts acting weird, very hostile to the family. The little girl, like I said, Chloe Moretz, she sees the ghost of the little girl that got killed in the beginning of the movie. The other two little boys, the sons, they start getting terrorized by Ryan Reynolds. He starts intimidating them. Pretty much because the house is taking him over, like it did to the guy who killed his family in the beginning of the movie. I really like the scene where they get the babysitter, and then she tells the kids the story of what happened. I really like that scene where she's telling them what happened, and I like the way it's done, where she goes like, you want to know what happened? Bang, 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 and then you see the pictures of the victims. I didn't have the closet door gets closed on her, and she freaks out, and she has a mental breakdown, pretty much. And of course the boys get blamed on, but it was the house. Like I said, the only scene I liked in the original was the fly scene, pretty much, because the original, it was done with, it was all around a better scene, but I also liked that the fact they used real flies, and Rat Tiger did a good job in that scene as the priest. And in this one, you had Phillip, which he's a really good actor as well. He did the best he could. I like the scenes that he's in, but the fly scene wasn't as good because it was mostly CGI flies. I mean, he did his best. It was okay, but I'll say that's the only thing I liked from the original better than this one. I'm sorry, I didn't care for the cast in the original, except for Rat Tiger as the priest. Even though his plot his subplot was kind of pointless, but he's the only character I cared for in that movie. This one I like the family more, a lot more. Um, there are creepy scenes. Like the creepiest scene for me is the scene where the the smallest the youngest boy, he goes to the bathroom during the middle of the night, and you can relate. Like when you're really young and you have to go to the bathroom at the middle of the night, you'll be creeped out as well. Um, he goes in the bathroom and he's washing his hands, and there's like this freaky looking ghost right beside him. It's really just that's a well done scene. Um, Director of this movie, Andrew Douglas, hasn't really done much since this movie. Kind of too bad because he did a good job in this movie, in my opinion. Even though I prefer more slasher type horror films over supernatural, like haunted house films, but this I thought this was good. Like I thought I cared for the transformation, how Ryan Reynolds, started off as a good, nice guy to he's losing it more and more the more he's in the house. I care for it more in this movie than I did in the original. He starts off as kind of he's a more laid back version of himself in the beginning of the movie, and then I did buy that he goes a little crazy. I mean, he's no Jack Nicholson, but he did a serviceable job. Like I said, there are there's there are besides the priest scene, there was nothing about the original I care for. The whole Jody thing in the original, it was like a pig or whatever. I thought that was kind of dumb, to be honest. And this is the little girl who becomes attached to Chloe Moretz. I thought that made more sense, in my opinion. The climax of the movie was pretty good. How the family's just trying to just get the hell out of the house, and Ryan Reynolds is chasing after them with an axe. And then, I didn't mention he kills the dog in this movie. It's pretty brutal. Whereas in the, I know I keep bringing up the original, but as in the original, the dog doesn't die. At the end, after they all leave the house and the main character kind of goes back to his normal self. He goes back in the house and gets the dog, which I thought was kind of weird and anticlimactic. In this movie, like in the middle of the film, he kills the dog, and then they skip the house at the end. And Melissa George knocks Ryan Reynolds out unconscious, and they drag him into the boat and they leave the house, and he gets better. I thought that was a well executed climax. And I don't know. I mean, I really have nothing much else to say about this movie except that I enjoyed it more than the original, and I think it is kind of underrated. It gets crapped on a lot. Again, I know it's Platinum Dunes, and everybody hates Platinum Dunes, but I think they did a good job with this movie. I really did. Not the best horror film ever, but it's a decent little, haunted house film. And one scene I also I kind of mentioned it a little earlier with the babysitter, how the oldest boy he doesn't want to be babysitted, and then the babysitter comes in and you find out it's just this hot looking chick, and then he was like, I want a babysitter now. I thought that was pretty funny. Um, and of course, she's like the worst babysitter ever. She's smoking pot in the bathroom. And she only agreed to the job because she babysitted for the last family. So yeah, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie. I like the cast. I thought it had a really good tone. Some good creepy scenes. Not that many, but there were a few. Uh, I will say the score was kind of forgettable, except for the last one at the end when they're leaving in the boat. That was a pretty good piece of score, but the rest is kind of forgettable. I like the story. I like the transformation of Reynolds. How he's just losing it, and the house is pretty much possessing him. And I like the subplot with Moretz and the ghost Jody, and the whole scene with in the roof. And I also really like the look of the house in this movie. It does really. I like how the windows here make it look like it has eyes. If you can see it, it's eyes. That's pretty. It's pretty much a face. I really like the house in the movie. The design of the house. So yeah, I mean, I liked Amityville Horror. Sue me. I liked it better than the original. I thought the original was boring. I'm sorry. I just did. So that's I said it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Amityville Horror, and whether you want to believe it's based on a true story or not, it's up to you. But as a movie, I thought this was good. And so those were my thoughts on Amityville Horror. The Amityville Horror. And for my next review, I'm going to review another remake. Yeah, just another Platinum Dunes remake, which I'm gonna piss off more people. It's going to be this movie. Yep. So thank you guys for watching, and take care. Adios.